Back with me, three attorneys: Jesse Weber, Misty Marris, and Jana Spielberg. Misty, this would never happen in the United States, correct?
No, it would never happen in the United States. The rules are a lot more buttoned up. It relates to spouses or domestic partners. And especially, I mean, his girlfriend, who had smuggled drugs in, is now permitted to come in these private encounters. That makes no sense in the United States. This would not.
And Jesse, you and I talked about something earlier, which is this may explain why he wanted to be in a Peruvian prison and not an American one, because initially we were like, why wouldn't you want to be in an American prison? Peruvian prisons are really dangerous. Now we know.
But here's why, because now part of this deal, he is not going to sit one day in a federal prison. We know in federal prisons, there are no conjugal visits. Why not spend the rest of your time there? And by the way, talking about this idea of him having all these lovers, right? This is actually a phenomenon we see. It's called hybristophilia. This is when people have an attraction to those who commit crimes. It's a number of reasons why it happens. It's like the high-profile nature of it, the danger. They think they're innocent. They could be. You and I have talked about this too, right? We know where they are. Right. A great relationship for them. Right. They know he's locked away in prison. And unfortunately, we see it. Alec Murdaugh, Brian Koberger, it just happens a lot.
Scott Peterson gets tons of, but again, the letters are different from actually going to the prison to have sex with him, right? I mean, the letters can be people who, for whatever reason, think the person was railroaded, or they have psychological problems, or whatever the case may be. But when you're actually going, multiple women, and let me read this before I ask John about this. This is from the New York Post, full screen one. Over the years and at 2 different facilities, 7 different women have been approved for conjugal visits with Van der Sloot, including his ex-wife, Lady Figueroa, who got pregnant while he was behind bars.
It is amazing to me that in the Peruvian prison system, you're allowed to date someone other than your cellmate, number one. Number 2, any woman that is attracted to a man who has committed multiple murders of other women needs her head examined. It just should not be allowed. And
they may think he's innocent.
But to your theory, the word that you can't say 10 times fast,
hybristophilia.
Right? Well, they don't even they know where he is, but he's dating other women.
And you got to wonder now that the other women have found out, right? Now that it's public, are they going to be like, what? What?
Right.
I thought I was the only one.
What, they weren't reading the prisoner logs?
Right, exactly. All right, let me, on a more serious note, let me play, because I think it's important to come back to the victims here. This is Natalie's mom, Beth, responding when Joran Van der Sloot finally confessed.
He finally confessed that he killed Natalie. He described when and how he killed her. And he said that after killing her on the beach in Aruba, he put her into the water, and that was the last that he ever saw her. I'm satisfied knowing that he did it. He did it alone, and he disposed of her alone.
You know, Jesse, I wonder if any of this, let's call it public pressure, the fact that people now know about what's happening in Peru could change anything. Based on the statement from the Peruvian authorities, I don't think it's going to.
Legally, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to change anybody's perception of Joran Van der Sloot. And unfortunately for the family of Natalie Holloway, this is not bringing anything easier for them. It just complicates the case. It makes it worse knowing that eventually he could be released in 2045, and he is not serving any more prison time unless he should commit another crime.
Right, and why is it that he gets, let's just lay it out, why is it he's not getting out? Why is it that he's guaranteed to get out at that time, even though he's admitted to now 2 murders?
Because the sentence, the deal that he took allowed him to serve that 20-year sentence concurrently with the sentence that he's serving in Peru. If it would have been consecutive, meaning after he finishes in Peru, he has to serve here in the United States, he wouldn't have gotten out. He wouldn't get conjugal visits. But now you can, as we were saying, is a deal why he might have taken it.
Right. Wow. All right. That does it for us tonight.